We open our 2016 review with some important space missions. We sent some spacecraft out to meet the neighbours in 2016, with Europe and Russia at Mars and the Americans at Jupiter. There was drama at ESA's Operations Centre in Darmstadt in Germany in October, as the Schiaparelli probe, which should have demonstrated that Europe can land on our neighbouring planet, crashed into the surface at 300 kilometres an hour. However, ExoMars goes on as the Trace Gas Orbiter went into orbit around the planet and began sending back scientific data, beginning the search for methane in the atmosphere and furthering the hunt for life on Mars. There were happier scenes at NASA as Juno entered orbit around Jupiter in July, although since then that spacecraft has also been prone to problems and is now in a much longer orbit around the gas giant than scientists had hoped. However, it has sent back some unprecedented views of the planet that dominates our solar system. Finally, the mission that opened everyone's hearts came to a close in September. Rosetta, slowly and deliberately, crashed into the comet it had been following since 2014. ...2016 was also a year when space was open to private entrepreneurs, and they all aimed for the stars. The latest trend is reusable rocket technology. Elon Musk's SpaceX failed, tried again, and nailed it in April with the perfect touchdown of a rocket on a floating barge. In Texas, the space company Blue Origin launched successive New Shepard rockets, including this capsule escape test, complete with perfect touchdown by the main booster. The firm founded by Amazon's Jeff Bezos believes reusable rockets can radically drive down the cost of access to space. Another space entrepreneur, Richard Branson, watched his Virgin Galactic VSS Unity space plane make its first untethered flight and landing, another step towards making space tourism a reality. In November, 4 of Europe's Galileo navigation satellites blasted into orbit on board an Ariane 5, taking the total number of satellites to 18 and signalling the start of services from the EU's equivalent to GPS. 400 kilometres above our heads, the International Space Station had another busy year. British ESA astronaut Tim Peake came down from his stint in space, and French ESA astronaut Thomas Pesquet went up for a 6-month stay. And to conclude the review of the year, we honour John Glenn, who passed away on December the 8th at the age of 95 on February the 10th, 1962. He was the first American to orbit the Earth. He went back into space aged 77 aboard the Space Shuttle.